rising costs, tariffs, and supply chain disruptions are hitting small and mid-sized businesses hard. And for some, the impact is personal. Dan Trujillo is the founder of Miami Links. His core jewelry line is traditionally Italian made, but the recent tariffs have driven up costs. So Dan made a bold move to launch a new American made jewelry line. And we say good morning to our friend Dan.
Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Dan, I'm good. I used to live in North Bay Village for years. And so I know you're in Miami. I now live in Fort Lauderdale. I'll be down in a few hours, and I see it's 47 degrees by you, which for people in the north here in New Jersey, New York, 47. We'd say we wish it's 47. For that, it's fur coat time for South Florida, right?
Right. The one time I turn on my heater in the year is the last 2 days.
Unbelievable. And you get that funny burning smell because it hasn't been on in a year, right?
Right. All
Unbelievable.
the dust is in there.
I looked at your website. You have the most incredibly beautiful jewelry. A lot of people who may not realize, although we have a big Cuban American population here in Union City, New Jersey. It's a huge Cuban American population. So the Cuban links, which is very popular, those big thick chains are gorgeous. My mother has one, by the way. She loves it. But
Very
those chains are
nice.
very popular. But yeah, but you used to have that made in Italy. But the problem is having that made in Italy and now imposes a tariff. So now that disrupted part of your business. What was the solution for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when the tariffs happened, we had an increase in about 15%. And we noticed a major downturn in sales just because of that. Mostly in the solid gold section because solid gold is already being so expensive. An increase in 15%, people are asking, well, why is it so expensive? And it's very hard to communicate that information that, listen, the 15% tariffs will increase your solid gold, even though it's a small percentage, gold being at 4,500 at the time, 4,200 now hitting 5,000 record numbers. It makes a big difference. So what we did to
Yeah,
combat that is, oh, sorry, go ahead, Ken.
no. Please, I thought you were done. Please continue.
All I was going to say was, yeah, so what we did to combat that was we decided to make a product in-house to exclude tariffs, make it right here in Miami. We still include our core line of Miami Cubans from Italy, but we decided to make an entire lineup made right here in Miami. Obviously, the wait time, because they are handmade right here by us, is 10 days, but they're still just spectacular products, if not better or equal to in quality.
It's just amazing the art and the skill to hand make jewelry like that. And the fact that you have artisans right there who can do it, it just speaks so much to their skills. That was a heck of a risk, though, to take that time to do that, worrying about potentially losing customers. What was the response from your customers?
I think everything happens for a reason. When we first started seeing the slowdown with the tariffs, and we just did a test product. We did two products of the handmade, and it actually just started selling organically. Everybody was very interested in it. It being made in Miami by hands. Then we have a team of 11 people that make the chains. Once they saw that, it really just started picking up momentum. We increased the line up to 10 products, and still to this day, they're doing really well. People really love the skill. Just like you said, we have videos on Instagram showing how the people sand, how they do it by hand, how they melt the silver down, how they twist the links. It's really something incredible to watch. I wish I could have everybody in there, but for insurance purposes, we can't. But that's why we do all the
Great.
videos on Instagram to show.
Very, very cool. And I think a lot of people probably don't realize if they have old broken jewelry at home. I mean, I'm assuming, do you buy jewelry also and old jewelry and melt it down and stuff for remaking and whatnot?
Yes, so we do that with gold. For silver, we can't because the product we make is actually pure silver. We use 99.9% silver, and we have to use like a mint grade silver to make the jewelry. That's what differentiates us from everybody else is we're actually selling like a pure product.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I think what for jewelry, a lot of times they mix other metals with the silver to make it firm enough, right? So that they could wear the jewelry, but you can't. You can't do that because then you'd be diluting it even more. But when you take gold, I know that my father had some old broken gold in the closet. He's 95. He's like, we just dump it. I said, no, we took it to a jewelry
No.
store in the New York area. He didn't realize he had about $10,000 worth of old jewelry, just a few chains, but they were heavy. And with the amount of gold is at $5,000 plus an ounce right now. People don't realize what they might have in their closets, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why when people say, jewelry can be a good long-term investment, this is the exact point. You have jewelry that's been sitting in the drawer for 20, 30 years, and you go and take it and you turn it into cash, and you can reinvest it or you can buy more jewelry with it instead of just having, jewelry that's just sitting in a drawer not doing anything for you. But yeah, absolutely. With gold being at an all-time high, a lot of people have taken their jewelry from their drawers and sold it and doubled, triple, quadrupled their money. They could have bought it at $500 an ounce, and now it's $5,000 an ounce, which is really wild.
I am old enough to remember when it was $500 an ounce, by the way. I'm 58 years old. I do remember it. I remember buying a few years ago, I bought it at $1,500 an ounce. I bought some for investment, and everybody said I was nuts. It'll never get above 1,500. I remember that conversation with someone at work.
Yeah.
It will never get above $1,500. You just wasted your money. Okay. I have to find that person to have that conversation again now. I need to ask you, Dan, because being in the jewelry business, that's a very unique business. Was this a family business? Does this go back, Miami Links, to previous generations?
Actually, it does not, believe it or not. So I'm a Marine veteran, and I wanted to start my own business. I'm actually 42, and 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to exit the corporate world and start my own business. And I was very much into jewelry, just like you were saying. Your dad had jewelry. I don't know if he had ever handed it down to you, but I was handed down a really nice Cuban bracelet, and that kind of inspired me to start something unique and bring really high quality products to the market.
Unbelievable. Good for you, man. Thank you for your service. By the way, my dad is a Marine as well, 95, still very much alive, still has the
Tell
U.S. and
him
the Marine
hoorah.
flag right out at the front door. Hoorah. Absolutely. Oh, we do that for sure. He is a big, very proud Marine. He was an MP sergeant, lunatic, nicknamed Bulldog. I'll let you figure the rest out. But he was in the Korean War, so I'll tell him. I'll make sure he watches this segment.
Amazing. Thank
Where
him for his
is
service.
I definitely, and thank you back. I just said with about a minute left, where is Miami Links if people in South Florida want to get down and check out your beautiful jewelry line?
Yeah, so we're strictly online. So all the online channels, Instagram, Miami Links, MiamiLinks.com. We have Facebook, Miami Links. We have Pinterest, Miami Links. So we have all the Miami Links.
Very cool. Well, I just from the little bit I saw, the stuff is amazing. It's beautiful. Thank you again for your service. Dan Trujillo, founder of Miami Links. Thank you for coming on this morning. Have a wonderful day
Thank
and
you,
stay
Ken.
warm.
Really appreciate your time.
All right.
Yes, sir.